Hey friends, welcome to Introverts Unmuted. I am your host, Amber Hansel, and we talk about all things building up your confidence in the online space, lead generation and engagement in this space that feels authentic to you. I'm really excited about today's episode because it's about something that's very close to my heart, and it's how introverted leaders can inspire trust and loyalty through their quiet confidence. Now, if you're an introvert, you may have felt at some point that being successful in business requires you to act like an introvert. More outgoing, more vocal, maybe even the dreaded word visible. But I'm here to tell you that introverts bring something incredibly valuable to the table. Something that goes beyond being in the spotlight or having the loudest voice in the room. Introverts have this amazing capacity to build trust and loyalty in ways that feel true to who they are without having to change or force anything. So, today we're going to dig into a few strategies that show exactly how introverted leaders can use their natural strengths to become trusted, respected, and powerful leaders. So, if you're ready to learn how to embrace your quiet confidence, let's dive in. So, first, let's talk about something a lot of people believe about leadership. It requires being the loudest, most extroverted person in the room. Society often puts extroverted traits on a pedestal, like being charismatic, outspoken, quick to jump into conversations. But in reality, leadership is so much more than that. So, for example, research shows that introverted leaders can actually be just as effective and sometimes even more effective than their extroverted counterparts. Introverts have a natural tendency to listen deeply, make thoughtful decisions, create connections based on real substance. When we, as introverts, lead from a place of authenticity, people can sense it. We build trust and loyalty because we're focused on meaningful relationships, not just surface level interactions. And let me tell you, true leadership isn't about being the loudest. It's about creating an environment where people feel safe, valued, and empowered. So, if you're an introvert and you're feeling pressure to change who you are to fit into some ideal of a strong leader, you don't need to. You have incredible strengths already. Strengths that make people trust and rely on you in powerful ways. So let's get into our first strategy, which is all about embracing quiet confidence. Quiet confidence is this sense of calm self assurance. It's knowing you're capable, knowing what you bring to the table, and not feeling like you have to shout it from the rooftops for it to be real. For introverts, this type of confidence feels natural because it's grounded in who we are rather than how we're perceived. And what's really interesting about quiet confidence is that it actually resonates very strongly with people. When others see you calmly navigating challenges, it gives them a sense of security. They know they can rely on you. And that's a powerful form of leadership. So, how do you develop quiet confidence? One great way is through preparation. So, before going into a meeting, for example, take some time to reflect on what you bring to the conversation. Ground yourself in the strengths and focus on your contributions rather than visibility. It's not about being loud, it's about being sure. So I remember a time I had to lead a project with a group of people who were, let's say, more vocal and outgoing than I was. Initially, I felt like I had to match their energy to make an impact. But when I started focusing on what I naturally brought to the table, thoughtful insights, preparedness, and a sense of calm, the dynamic shifted. The team began to rely on me as a stabilizing force. I didn't have to step outside of my comfort zone to earn that trust. Quiet confidence can be that impactful. Another key strength for introverted leaders is our ability to listen. Really, truly listen. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about understanding the person behind them. And when people feel genuinely heard, it's amazing how much trust that builds. So think about it. How many times have you felt like someone was only half listening to you? It doesn't feel great. Now imagine the opposite. When someone is fully present, asking follow up questions, engaging deeply with what you're saying. That's where introverts shine. Our natural tendency to listen and process gives people the experience of being valued and understood. So, if you're leading a team or working with clients, try practicing active listening by being fully present in conversations. Set aside distractions, let people finish their thoughts. Ask questions that show you're really tuned in. This kind of connection goes beyond words. It builds a foundation of trust that's hard to break. Our next strategy centers on decision making. As introverts, we're naturally inclined to think things through, which can be a huge asset in leadership. So instead of making impulsive decisions, we weigh options, consider different perspectives, and look at long term impacts. This thoughtfulness is incredibly reassuring to the people we lead because they know then when we make a choice, we put real consideration into it. For example, if you're facing a big decision in your business, take some time to think it through. Don't rush it. By explaining your process and showing the careful thought behind your decisions, you communicate that you're leading with integrity. People respond to that, knowing their leader isn't taking shortcuts, but is committed to making the best choices possible. So, I recently worked with a client who was struggling with a big decision on whether or not to expand their business. And together, we took the time to explore the potential outcomes, consider what aligned with her values, to weigh the options carefully. And when she ultimately made her choice, she felt confident. And she trusted herself because she knew that it wasn't made lightly. One of the things introverted leaders do so well is empower others without always needing the spotlight themselves. Introverts often prefer to be the wind beneath the wings rather than the center of attention. This means we're natural cheerleaders, uplifting our team and people and celebrating their successes without feeling the need to take credit. So, by highlighting others and creating space for them to shine, you build loyalty and respect within your community. People feel genuinely valued and they want to contribute even more. So, try empowering others by recognizing their achievements, encouraging them to take the lead on projects or offers, showing appreciation for what they're doing in the space. You're building an atmosphere of mutual respect and trust, and they will feel seen and supported. Last but not least, introverted leaders often lead with a strong sense of integrity and consistency. We're not here to make empty promises and be flashy. We value authenticity, and that shows through in our leadership. When you're consistent and lead with integrity, people know they can count on you. They see that your words match your actions, and that builds trust over time. And it shows you're not leading for the sake of recognition, but because you genuinely care about the people you work with and the goals you're working toward. So, for example, one of the best things you can do as an introverted leader is to set clear expectations and uphold them. Show up as the same person every day. Lead by example and be transparent in your actions. When people know what to expect from you, they trust you more. So, if you're an introvert out there who's ever felt like you have to fake it to lead successfully, remember this. Your quiet confidence, your ability to listen deeply, make thoughtful decisions, empower others, and lead with integrity, these are your superpowers. These are the very qualities that will inspire trust and loyalty in those around you. Leadership isn't about being someone you're not, it's about harnessing who you are to make an impact. So take these strategies and use them to build a leadership style that feels genuine and powerful. So thanks for listening today. And if you enjoyed this, please share it with a friend, comment down below, as it might be an encouragement for someone else's leadership journey. And of course, if you're interested in diving deeper, don't hesitate to check out my Harmony and Confidence sessions where we work one-on-one to embrace your quiet strengths fully. Until next week.